Okay. So what I'm going to talk about is helping you prepare better for your music videos and help to prepare you. Remember I told you like in any like generic project, what's the most important part? Whether it's a PowerPoint project, whether it's a song that you're making, what's the most important part of it?
Title?
Yeah, and that's like the title or the intro, the first slide, you know? That's where you really give your readers or your viewers like that first impression. And that's when, remember I talked about like in first day of school, even like with new students, those first few days are crucial because that's when everyone like gives them like their, what's it called, like first impressions, like stereotypes, and they categorize people. Same thing is what you do when you view someone else's project. Those first few seconds is like when you decide, okay, is this a good one, it's a bad one, is this creative, it's funny. So you really got to grab people's attention during those first intro part. And that's why it's really important. Now, in your music video, what needs to appear in the bottom left-hand corner for a music video?
The title?
Yeah, your song information, you know? Like you and your information. Remember the record label that you made? So what was your label name?
I don't like
What was yours?
Kimchi Records.
Kimchi Records, yeah. So usually that's at the bottom, like Kimchi Records. So your artist name, song name, and then Kimchi Records. So make sure you have that information in there. These are some real videos. These are some things I'm going to be looking for. First of all, plot and action development. Remember, you guys, it doesn't have to be like a story, but it's great if there is. But there has to be something action going, something that's evolving, stuff that's happening. And so I'm going to be looking at that. Make sure that the action is clear. I was looking at one of the music videos, and I was trying to see it. Basically, she had a calculator. And first of all, the person filming it, it was really shaky, okay? It was hard to read. I wasn't sure why it was shaky and stuff. Like, so I kept trying to read what's on the calculator, but it was hard. And then it cut away, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know what it said. Okay, so make sure you pick a cameraman who has lots of sleep, they're rested, they're not on any drugs or anything, and that they're very clean, and then they know what they're doing, and you direct them. Okay, so and then make sure that your actors know what they're doing. And so, remember I told you in filming what's really important, like location, location, location. Remember that's really important. I saw one of the guy's video. He had a great location. First of all, he had this guy dancing, right? This guy with a hoodie, and he was doing all these dance moves. And so, what type of location would be great for that? Not a studio, because remember, this is more like a gangster style. Yeah, like an alley, like a back alley or parking lot and stuff. So, you want that grunge feel, kind of like what Andy did for his style. So that's what he did. He chose a nice, like grungy looking, like ghetto, maybe some spray paint stuff, and then it was great. And then the guy was all hip hop dance and stuff, and it totally matched. And like that part, like that's an A project part, okay. But then I saw another part where it cuts to another scene, and then now there's a girl, which is great, diversity. But then in this one, the girl was just wearing a white T-shirt and then just a white background. She was getting into the actions, which was good, but you got to make sure that they're wearing what you need them to wear, and you want to make sure you have a background that's interesting. So that's why it's really important for you guys to take these things into consideration, because you may have like little A parts, but you need an A whole part if you want an A, you know. You have some A parts and some B parts that averages into like B plus or A minus, you know. So make sure that you cover and hit all your spots. That's why it's great if you work ahead. This student worked ahead and got like their stuff like done, and I was able to see it, and I was able to talk to them. Hey, change this if you want an A, you know, and that was great. Keep that for an A. So that's why don't wait till the last minute on this kind of stuff. Give stuff. And I even gave that person extra credit because they worked ahead, you know. So everyone keeps telling me, oh, what can I do for extra credit? Well, why don't you just focus on what you're supposed to do and look for what's coming up and get ahead, and then, you know, I'll help you out. So don't just try to play catch up. So plot, use of camera angles and shots. Remember aerial view? Remember if you have parents with airplanes, you can, I know Justin, he's in my class. His parents have an airplane, which maybe he can take you up in an airplane and you can take some video shots of your establishing shots. I know. And so he takes trips all the time with it. But make sure you have good angles, okay, with a high angle, low angles, and then different shots on that. And then cut techniques, okay, you need to purposely film these type of things. This is what I'm looking for. This is what gets like A projects, is when you have good uses of this. Now someone might say, like, how much should I have? Should I use a lot of these? I'm like, well, there is no right answer. The answer is how well you use them and when you use them. So sometimes people overuse them, but sometimes people underuse them. So it's all about the feel of the video. I really liked, I was watching the effects video, I think it was one group in here, where the shoes, the walking the shoes, I really like that, that scene right there. So filming basics, I talked about location, how that's very important. Backgrounds are very important. By the way, you know it snowed a couple days ago, right? And when I saw the snow, I was like, whoa, I hope somebody out there is like filming, because this is great. If you have like more of a romantic kind of style, or I mean just you like singing in the snow and stuff, that'd be really good. And when you film yourself lip singing, you should film yourself lip singing the whole song, so that way you can go back and choose which parts you want to throw in there. Because if you only record the parts you think you're going to put in there. What happens if you change your mind? That means you have to go back into the same clothes, same background, same camera angle, or vary it a little bit different. It's just a lot easier to just record yourself the whole way out, so you don't have to worry about it. So close and rolls. And editing, okay? When you take in your video into Movie Maker or Final Cut or iMovie, whatever you use, make sure that you have good editing styles, and remember the cut techniques that we used. You can use that as well. And make sure you sync the voice really good on that, and just make sure it makes sense, it follows along. Okay? So that's a brief background on to help you guys prepare better for your MV.